Hey everybody, welcome to Meet the Team. I am Matt Schaup, the M in M&E Painting, and I am joined here today by my good friend Rick Scadden. He is our Senior Project Manager, and Meet the Team is all about getting to know our company more through meeting the people that serve us and serve you. So Rick, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, I'm actually kind of glad you asked me to do this show. I love technically talking about myself all the time, so that's just
Yeah, you're going to meet a lot of Rick today, and he does like to talk about himself.
If there's one thing I do well, it's talking about myself. So yeah, I'm actually glad you asked me to do this, man.
Well, then let's get to it. And this is our first official episode.
Yeah,
how do you
absolutely.
feel about setting the standard for?
I feel great,
Meet the Team.
man. I tend to set the bar high in everything I do. So yeah, let's have at it.
Well, Rick, let's first start talk about a couple of the nicknames that you have, and we'll get into all the how did you get here, where'd you come from. But we have some nicknames for you around the office. Where did Ricky Ricardo come from?
Yeah, so Ricky Ricardo, funny story, true story, but funny story. My middle name is actually Ricardo. And no, my parents did not like I Love Lucy. Okay, that's just so. Whenever somebody asks me my middle name and I tell them Ricardo, they're always like, "Oh, was your parents an I Love Lucy fan?" And I'm like, "No, they weren't. Okay, that's just my middle name." So it's like, they're not I Love Lucy fans. So yeah, Ricky Ricardo. They call me Ricky Bobby around here a lot.
We do.
And I'm not sure if that's because I'm a jokester or if that's because I drive too fast when I drive. But either way, I love the two nicknames. They kind of settle in.
We're gonna roll with them.
Yeah, gonna roll with them, and only the people who know me personally call me Ricky Ricardo. So nobody out there, if you see me, you better not be calling me by my middle name. So.
Well, tell everybody that's watching. Tell everybody just a little bit about you and your family and how you got connected to M&E Painting. So we're coming up on, well, you say 5 years, we say 4 years. I don't know where the extra year came from you, but we're coming up on like half a decade together. And tell us a little bit about who you are and how we crossed paths.
Yeah, so I'm married to a beautiful woman. Her name's Lacey. I have two beautiful twin daughters, 4.5 years old, Sadie and Amariah. We actually have one on the way, as you know. I found M&E about 5 years ago. I was at a time in my life where I was transitioning from working at a resort into wanting to do something for myself. So I started my own painting company. And I seen your logo everywhere, and it was just one of those things where I'm like, hey, I'm a painter. I'm going into painting. This is what I want to do. So I just cold called you guys up.
I think you called me.
Yeah,
you
called you.
me.
I'm like,
yeah.
Hey, looking for some work, and you had me come in, and I think you had there was like two other people that were supposed to come in that same interview, and I was the only one who showed up. So I think that was a big plus on my end.
You're just here by default.
Just here by default, man. I was showing up. I'm like, this is great, man. I'm the only one in the interview, and I think you guys called me the next day and said, hey, we want to try you out. So that's kind of how our journey started with M&E. I think I worked as a subcontractor for about 4 months, 3-4 months. Here I am today, 4 years later, starting my 5th year as a project manager. And so that's kind of how I came to know the company.
And I think at that point, too, that was when we really got a chance to know your wife, Lacey, and your daughters, and a lot more about your family, because you jumped on board and on the team full time. So, for everybody watching that's thinking about hiring us or doing business with us, coming to work for us, what is it about M&E that you love every day? Because I meet so many people that just don't love their job and they don't like getting up every day. You've expressed a lot how much you love being here, and maybe you just say that, but you've expressed how much you love being here. But what is it about the company that you love coming to every day? Yeah,
so I think right off the bat, even though I was a subcontractor, M&E treated me like family. It was like they treated me like family from day one. And that's what M&E is. We're family. We're family, operated and owned, and that's what it feels like here. It feels like family, So when you come to work, people go to work. I don't feel like I'm coming to work. I feel like I'm coming to family. And my day-to-day job, it's something that I love to do. Interacting with people, scheduling people, all those things is something that I feel like what is my calling in life. So it's like, if I can come do a job or come to work and do something like that every day. To me, that's just gold, and that's what I love about here so much. And, I also love the freedom too. You give us the freedom, M&E, gives us the freedom to perform our jobs and to perform it well within the realms of, keeping a schedule with our own schedule. So that's another thing that I love about here. I feel like I'm part owner in the company, and I think that's because of you and Emily making, allowing us to feel that way, as employees, You definitely want your employees to feel like they have ownership into the company in order for everybody to just have a good time. So,
and one of the things that was really important for Emily and I to support you through is when you decided to stop eating this wonderful thing called meat. And just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 2 and a half years ago, we watched a couple documentaries. I'm not going to say the documentaries on film because I don't want anybody to make this decision. And it scared the living daylights out of us. And we made a decision to go vegan. We went on a plant-based whole food diet for a month. We tried it out for a month. And honestly though, after that month, we felt so good. I mean, felt so great. You know, lost a ton of weight, and I was like, let's just keep going on it. So we ate good for about a year and a half. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like, you know, it's getting boring. And so we let a little bit of meat creep in. And now that my wife's pregnant, it's kind of funny because her whole diet flip-flop, man. Her cravings now are of meat. And they're not of vegetables anymore. So it's like, you know, if her diet changes, my diet changes because I don't know how to cook. So it's like, you know, whatever she's cooking, I'm eating. So now she's cooking meat, so now I'm back on that.
And you're the butt of every vegan joke that we have in the office here.
Absolutely. You know, I'll take them, though. I'll take them all day. And, you know, I'll eat them for lunch. And that's just how I do it. That's how I roll.
Talk about some of the fun things that you like to do outside of work. Because you do some really cool things outside of work. You're very involved in the community. You've got some other just parts of your life that you're really growing right now, which are really exciting to see. So talk about those a little bit.
Yeah, so recreationally, I'm an avid fisherman. You know, I go ice fishing, I go fly fishing, I go regular fishing. I mean, you know, fishing is kind of like my me time, you know. It's kind of the place I go to recharge and to reset and refocus. I also like to do the gym. You know, I'll hit the gym every now and then, you know, every now and then. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while, but I like to hit the gym. I know you can't tell, but... you know, I love to hit the gym recreationally. You know, I'm very involved in my church, and you know, I'm actually working my way towards being a pastor through my church and through that stuff. I mean, there's so many things I do throughout the week for my church. One of my main passions is in ministering is ministering to young men.
Okay, before we leave today, I want to talk about painted baby stories, right? So I always share the concept of 95% of the time business goes very smooth, according to plan, according to schedule. Everybody's happy. We put the right color on the right house in the right place, right? That's ideally what we want to do. That doesn't always happen, though, right? We're humans. You and I make mistakes. Our crews and our teams make mistakes, and that can create interesting stories. So talk about maybe one or two of the quick, most interesting, memorable stories that you've had relating to that.
I told the guys, I said, hey, it's supposed to rain today. Let's quit a little bit early so we're not, you know, getting, you know, painting while it's raining. And the guy's like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Another one of those, you know, miscommunications or something. So I leave and I come back about an hour later and it's raining and the guys are out there and they're spraying this fence while it's raining. And I'm running and I'm saying, what are you guys doing? It's raining out. You're not supposed to be painting. And they said, oh, we thought you said to paint in the rain. And, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where, you know, and it typically happens late in the year, you know, because we work our butts off. I mean, we work our butts off, you know, when the sun comes out, man, we're working all the way through until the winter hits because that's when we make the most of our money. And, you know, when you get towards the end of the season, man, guys are just not all there. I'm not all there. They're not all there. You know, we're working hard all summer, and it's just a miss hit. But, you know,
they happen.
It's just paint, and it fixes very easy. You know, like
and the rain just washes it off, right?
The rain just washes it off, and we just start over, and you know, spend a little bit more on material, but. You know, it's just funny, man, and you know, some of those things you just got to brush off as, you know, just a funny story, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, Ricky Ricardo,
yeah,
Ricky Bobby, Pastor Rick, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Love having you as part of the M&E family. So this has been Meet the Team. Thanks for tuning in, and you will see up to your right. It's probably going to cover Rick's face. All of the ways that you can get in touch with us, watch more of our videos, and stay connected with us on social media and all of our YouTube channel and website. So thanks again for coming.